Right, so second, I suppose, coat of JB Weld on that, on the repair. There's the JB steel stick stuff that I used for it. All is good. I've also got a couple of other bits and pieces, so some instant gasket as well, just because I think this one is shagged. Right, so what? And after some really good homework from Dan, I have found a GPZ 500 one which still has the same markings in it, the made in Japan A1 piece. It has a, I thought it was a dent in a few of them, but it has a like a recess. They all have it on that side, but the outside, the gasket is the same. I've ordered a gasket and I've ordered a bottom plate that should be here by sort of Thursday, Friday. However, and this is a bit of a parting for me, normally I film stuff I'm doing, and that's all I do really. I'm doing stuff for me, or I'm doing stuff to keep me busy, or I'm doing stuff because I just thoroughly enjoy doing it. I'm going to do an experiment for the channel, I think, this time, because what I could quite happily do now is just bin this, well, forget about this, wait for the replacement to arrive, put the proper gasket on it, off it goes and done. But I'm really now intrigued with a bit of an experiment to see whether or not this works. So what I'm going to do is, I did my second coat a few hours ago, but yeah, either this evening or tomorrow evening, depending on what's going on, I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to clean off the edges on the actual sill on the bike as well, try some instant gasket, follow the instructions of doing it, leaving time and doing it, and then securing it in, and just see whether or not it works. From my perspective, I'll keep an eye on the oil, unless it dumps, or unless the oil sump pan falls off and it dumps all the oil. It's not going to damage the bike. I'm going to keep an eye on the oil level throughout, keep an eye out for leaks, and as when and if I go to change the oil, or this doesn't work, I just put the new one on, the replacement one on. I could just go straight to the replacement and chuck it on, but I'm just now intrigued to see whether or not this works. Checking on the internet, it's all yays and nays, mostly nays, but I think most of the nays are because trying to get the JB on clean and dry, no oil, is really quite tricky. You've still got the sump on the vehicle, and a lot of this is done on cars, where removing the oil sump from a vehicle means jacking up the vehicle, which means most private owners don't have the ability to do that. So they've tried to do it on a vehicle, and it gets oil on it through one mechanism or another. You know, you think you flush the system, there's always going to, I mean, this has been flushed and turned upside down, there's still oil in the guts end. So I'm intrigued to see whether or not this works. I know people have a lot of faith in JB Weld, and I know Charlie does specifically. I do in the putty stick, not for this purpose, but in the putty stick I've used it for nigh on everything, up to and including replacement plugs on fairings. I'm less confident on this, but I think I'm less confident on this because I haven't left it long enough. It takes a good 6 hours to cure, and generally, as I'm normally yeah, in the normal world, I'm a bit of a weekend warrior. I don't get the opportunity to wait that long, so I think that's why I haven't trusted it in the past. So what? I'm going to clean off the edges, the old gasket off this one, and on the other side, I'm going to try instant gasket for the first time, and just see if it works. Frankly, if it doesn't, not a drama. I've got a replacement on its way. If it does, brill. I've potentially proven that JB Weld is good enough for this purpose. Cool, I'll catch you later. Right, so the it's tagged on, nice and finger tight, no more for now. It's had a few hours to dry, so there's the JB Weld. That's the stuff that I use. Whoop. Instant gasket, so it says to stick it on, let it go tacky, let it dry, tighten it up. So I'm now going to tighten it up. Not entirely sure you can see anything in this dodgy light, but it's on, it's nice and tight. I've got a little bit of overspill. How is that stuff? It is. And the plastic elastic now, so I think it's pretty much dry, but I'm in no real rush here, so I think what I'm going to do is just leave that for a while longer. That is rock hard. Leave it for a while longer. I'm in no huge rush. I might leave it till about an hour or so, and then try chucking some oil in, see whether or not it holds. If it doesn't, it's no great shakes. I've just had the emails through that the gasket propper and the replacement pan arrive tomorrow, but exactly like I said, I thought I'd give it a go for the sake of the channel, if nothing else, and see whether or not it will play. So that'll do for now. Okay, so it's a bit later. Cautiously got a bucket underneath it. Seems to be okay. I got a bit excited and I did start it. It did take a bit to start it, mostly because it was completely dry fuel. I forgot when I changed over the petcock, and I left what was dragging in the bottom on it. But that's good. That backfire's killed itself quite a lot as well. Dead spot in the middle there, hang on. Transient dead spot. Low range is perfect. Three's fine. It's slightly slow in the middle. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, slightly slow. Warm the oil up a little bit, because obviously it gets less viscous with heat, so if it's going to leak it's more likely to do it warm than cold. So I'll leave that for a couple of seconds. Okay, so that was going long enough that I needed the fan on. Just worried about it getting too hot, and I have no drips. So what? So that is holding for now. We just have to see whether or not it holds for any longer. But I'm chuffed with that. So what? I'm still, well, the actual replacement bits arrive on Thursday. Whether or not I swap them out, I don't know. I might just ride on that and see how it lasts / survives, if indeed it does. But if nothing else, I've proven if emergency wise you can get away with repairing your oil sump with some JB, and it will hold at least to start with without any specialist stuff. So I'm chuffed with that. Cool, catch you later.